Hello, my church family. You've got me here in the polytunnel on the top field up behind the church. I've just come to open it up so that some volunteers can come and do some work up here. And being in this greenhouse, you can see our tomatoes are doing very, very well, and other things growing, and it's even quite tidy. So thanks to all the volunteers who come and do that. I wanted to share something a little while ago, but other things have overtaken it. And I was thinking about the end of Acts chapter 2. It says there about the early church that people met together. They were devoted to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the sharing of their meals, and especially communion of the Lord's Supper. There was an awe about things. They met together and shared generously things, and they were enjoying the goodwill of the people, and that the Lord added to their numbers daily. So I was thinking of this after Pentecost, that the church was growing in this way, and what an encouraging picture it is to see God's people meeting like that. And I just want to thank you for praying over the last few weeks, where we've had some difficult things that we've been supporting a church family through. And together we came in unity, and people were sending messages if they couldn't come in person, but some people came in person to pray. And there was a real blessing about that. Even though perhaps God hadn't answered our prayers in the ways that we'd have wanted them to, there's an amazing testimony that has been given of the life of this young lady Chetza and her family, how faithful they've been, and we thank God for that, and thank God for the church family being so close to come together over this time. So thank you for that, and thank you for standing with me in that too. It had made me think that those things that we can read at the end of Acts chapter 2 about that fellowship and that meeting together of the Lord's people and sharing together. We can see that within our own church fellowship in lots of different ways. And I was thinking, that around Christmas time, I had a real need. We had a car that had broken down, and we were the next day due to go and visit some family. And a church sister, where we'd actually broken down outside her house, she just said, "Why don't you take my car?" And she gave me the keys, and we were able to go and to do that. And I've heard of a similar thing again recently. And I know that there are so many acts of generosity and care as we look after each other. Sitting in a greenhouse here, or this polytunnel, seeing how things grow so well, makes me just reflect on our life groups and Bible studies and small groups as well. And within the church, we are, a number of us are involved in life groups or Bible studies and meet together and pray together to support each other. But there's a number of us as well who aren't involved. And so over the coming weeks and months, we just want to be, among other things, sowing into our life groups. And so I'm going to prepare some things we're praying about, things that we can do to encourage our life group leaders and to encourage the groups themselves, to encourage people when we're not involved in a life group to look and see if we can find a group of people to join, to encourage life group leaders and members to invite others into their fellowship where there is room for them and things like that. And perhaps, I'm sure that amongst us there are some people who are feeling that, the Lord has put me here, and I've got a strength in Him, a maturity and of gifts, and I could lead a group. And if that was you, then I'd like very much to hear from you, and we'll see what we can do about beginning some new groups for prayer, for fellowship, and for sharing our lives together and growing in God. That's really reflecting on what God had said in January as we were sort of praying together. One of the things was that this discipleship, this lifelong journey of discipleship, is something that we should have as a culture among ourselves. And to refresh that is a good thing. So I pray God's blessing on you in the groups that you meet in those that you share your life with, and I encourage you to explore where it might be that God would plant you, that you could sow into the place where you are, the people that you are with, and that you can, as all of us can, be growing in him. God bless you. Speak again soon.